Hey guys, we're back in here for another video. So I resolved the radius issue with two 24-inch curves, a 22-inch, and here, this section here was the mofo. What could I use here to make it go straight? So I tried another 22-inch, it didn't line up. Tried a 24-inch, it didn't line up. So I put the 18 in, and matter of fact, let me get one right now. So another 18-inch, it would curve in too much. So I was thinking, well, what if I cut this? And the thought crossed my mind, well, hold up. I do have some short curve pieces. I put two of them on there because it was about where I wanted to cut it. And presto changeo. It lined up just the way I wanted it to. So now I'm going to have to fix the roadbed, or realign the roadbed, because it's crooked. You know, I did a crappy job when I laid it down. So it's my dumbass fault. And one concern I had was, would the train be able to pass by the roadway? And it'll make it. So I'm going to use this big ruler here. I'm going to line it up against the ruler and straighten it out so we can get that going. I'm trying to move things along a little faster, but it's hard studying, and we got a project at work that's taking up my time. So I have to drive in on campus more than I was, so that, you know, that's a killer right there, because I could be working from here and working on the layout at the same time, but that is gone. So that's that. So that's the update for the layout. Today is Can-Am Day. I was gonna drive all of them, so I said, you know what, I'll drive 4 this week and maybe 4 or 5 next week. I'm gonna split it up a little bit. So we have 3 Porsches and 1 McLaren. And I loved the Can-Am series. But enough of that. Let's drive some cars. So let's see who we're gonna get up here first. We're gonna get George Fowler up here in the RC Cola. Hopefully this runs good. Sounds good. He's on a Super 7. I used to love the Can-Am series when I was a kid. You know, the way the cars look, the sound, it was just awesome. I love the open canopy cars. Canopy. I say canopy. Back then, man, like in the 70s, racing was, all the racing was, it was just awesome. I still love it. Can-Am, F1, stock cars, drag racing. You know, when all the cars had their own unique look, that was a draw to the racing. Not everyone looked the same. You know. These days, it's the cookie cutter mode. What's going on here? Just stop. Oh, George is not acting right. What's going on? Let's see. I'm gonna do that section of the track. Let's see. This ad is funny. You know, this is my first set. I think Jockey Stewart was on the box. Had the RC Cola car and the Shadow. That's how I found out who Jockey Stewart was. From the AFX. I just saw it on the box. Jockey Stewart. And I like the way the cars look, so that was my set. That's what I have spoken on this many times. The disconnect between the kids and the toys and auto racing is the marketing. Talking to a gentleman on TikTok the other day. He was like, they still make that stuff? How many times have I ran into someone who's not aware that they still make this stuff? And I understand why they don't advertise, because what they're asking for is ridiculous. But they're also, especially with auto racing, they're shooting themselves in the foot, because that's what got me into auto racing was the toys. So maybe they should set up shop doing some races or something. Or work a deal out. Get a short moment. That's what I said. All the slot car manufacturers will try to get a commercial advertising their product. I think they're gonna have to get on TikTok. That's where the kids are. All those stupid dance videos and all that stuff on there. In China, TikTok is educational. Here in the States, it's stupid stuff. That's what they're pushing. It's kind of see like it's some sort of an attack. But why don't you make it the same across the board? We got Phil Donahue up. Not Phil Donahue, I don't know what I said. Mark Donahue. That's a damn TV show, homie. Now I set a record in this car right here. This is the car that they say killed Can-Am. It was just so dominant. Yeah, it killed the series. Don't know if that's true or not. I saw a couple videos on that. Maybe it is. I don't know. Drive a little slow so you can get a good look at it while it's running. He passed away on us. R.I.P. And for those of you who don't know, Can-Am stands for Canadian American. They should bring it back. Maybe do like 2 races in Australia. Because they have a love for the V8 down there and all that stuff. They pretty much like the same stuff we like. I thought they should do a couple races in Australia. I watched another video about Holden. Why the Holden go out of business down there. I mean, they had a racing series down there that I love, though. The V8 racing series they had. And the guy in the video was saying that they didn't go out of business because they weren't making any money.
They left the market because they weren't getting any more government subsidies. Something I don't agree with. I can see subsidizing a new technology or something. Once they start or become profitable, that's it. Cut that off. That's not what happened. GM got subsidies for years. Stealing your tax dollars. We have to fix it. Enriching themselves. There's too much money going in one direction. That's the big fuss about these HP1 visas. The program is being exploited. Plain and simple. They're not fooling anybody with that. And I just watched a video with Vivek, Ramaswamy, which I don't like that guy. He's a fraud, allegedly. Scammer. He put a product out there and it actually didn't really work. Just before the trials or whatever. And he cashed out. Shit bottomed out. People lost a bunch of money. But he got rich off of that. Anyway, for a moment. He saw a video of him saying he was against the HB1 visas because it's slave labor, and which it is. Then he comes out, what was that, a week or so ago, talking about American culture and all that, which is, I'm going to say it's BS on that. Because we all, he's talking about, he uses like these TV examples of Urkel and Street. Yeah, if you look at it from a female's point of view, yes, the women are attracted to the cool guy, the job, this and that. That's a woman thing. He's talking about society as a whole. There's always lanes in school. You had the cool guy, which is had the smallest population because there wasn't that many cool guys. You had the jocks. Again, a limited population. The neeks, nerds, and cornballs. And just the regular guy. So there's always geeks or nerds in the midst. Not everybody was the cool guy. That was a small population. Was the cool guy. So you can miss me with that. And the reason why China, India, pushing out so many software developers is because they have a government program to do it, which we don't have here. We have to look into that. This was known back in 1990 that they needed more people in that field. So instead of grooming American kids to do that, they want to do this HP1 BS and recruit people at a low rate. But the killer is, once they got to a position of power, they only hired their own people. That means Americans got shut out the industry. What they use for, that's the excuse they use for like farm work and all that, or Americans don't want to do that. That's not true, because who was doing that before they got here? The problem is, they don't want to pay any money, so Americans don't want to do it. That's the problem. Both my parents came off a farm. Let's keep it a buck. So, I'm going to call BS on that. Again, he said in 1990, they're aware that we needed more software engineers, programmers, et cetera, then why the hell did they not institute a program for that? Just school that I went to, Chubb, this is a insurance company, if I'm not mistaken. They created a school to teach people that. Because they didn't exist. So instead of them going outside the United States to get people, they created a school and taught Americans. But the new way of doing things these days is to not use Americans and hire people from outside the United States. And it's not limited to tech. There's another video I was looking at. This lady, she worked in Washington, D.C. And it was an accounting company. Or maybe they had an accounting department. They laid up all the Americans and they brought in Chinese students. So it's clearly being exploited because they don't want to pay any money. That's the problem. Not it is. Because whatever it is, like I work in IT. Now, I meet a lot of guys from these other countries. They don't know jack shit. And they are learning on the job. So if they're learning on a job, there's no reason why they couldn't have got an American to do that. And all this thing about the talent level and all that, I'm going to call BS on that. Because they're not getting like the top 0.01%. If 60 or 7, I forget the exact number, let's say 70% of the software engineers that come from one country, that's impossible. Logically, it should be people from around the world if you want the best of the best. Not from one country. That's fake. Let's get the Jägermeister up here. And this guy doesn't exist. This is a made-up card. I thought it would look good. That's why. It's McLaren. It's on a Tyco wide pan. Anyway, it's BS, man. If it was a case of this guy was like the baddest of the bad.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
By all means, yes, bring him in. But you're getting a horde of bringing thousands of people from one country. Nah, it's highly improbable that they've had this supreme skill level on that scale. It's a scam, and I don't like the fact that even Trump back in 2016 said he was trying to end that stuff, and he didn't. So we got a whole, this is another thing I don't like. Stop voting on autopilot. When you vote for someone, hold them accountable. Get on them. He's on Twitter. Get on them. Send them letters. Call their office. Do what you said you were going to do. Even back then he said, so now he's agreeing with Elon Musk, someone I don't trust. He's just trying to become the first trillionaire, that's all right. Which, if you have a great product, everybody loves it and everybody buys it, fair game. But if everybody means government contracts and all that, something wrong with that. But he's another one. He wants to use slave labor and keep all that money for himself, which is the problem with corporate America anyway. These companies are not benevolent at all. If you look at the CEO and employee pay ratio from 1970 till today, you'd see that I think it's like 300% growth rate for the CEO and basically zero for employees. So that's the problem. There's enough money in the company, but all the money's going to CEO. If you look at Stellantis, they laid off all those people, cut the quality of the product, and basically destroyed the company. But the CEO gets a big giant raise. So that's the problem. Well, I don't like the fact that a foreign company purchased Dodge. Like they don't truly do not understand what Americans want. They just ruin the cheap though, man. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous. That's my rant with that stuff. So I got the America First thing out there. We're gonna see if Trump changes his stance on that HD1 stuff. There's no reason why they can't train Americans to do that. I was looking at another video, but college kids or college-age kids, instead of going to college, they're taking up a trade, which is something I highly recommend to keep yourself out of debt. You know, they're taking HVAC, which pays good money, plumbing, electrician, stuff that does pay pretty good money. And you don't have that massive debt, 50 or 100 grand in debt to start out with. If you do the math, a guy like that, he started investing his money. And the guy that comes out of college with 100 grand in debt, student debt, he would never catch it. That's when I talk to young guys, man. Start investing when you're young. You can't count on your job or pension plan or none of that stuff. You have to invest your own money. That stuff could disappear at any moment. Get on the car. That's why I had the America First train out there. I got my shirt on, we the people. America's first. They're saying, oh, you guys are worse than racist and this and that. Yeah, well, there's some out there, yeah. I'm not going to pretend like they're not. But for me, the main thing is, I'm looking at it. It's a scam. Get this guy up here. I don't remember who drove this car. I can't really see the letter. I have reading glasses with me. This guy's on a Bulldog. So Sunoco, George, Mark Donahue is on a Bulldog. George is on a Super 7. This guy, I don't think this car raced in America. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. This one is on a Bulldog. Generally, I give the Bulldogs on the. Let's see, it might look the same. I think the Bulldogs fit on the Can-Ams a little bit better. No, matter of fact, let me bring. I think it fits a little bit better on the Bulldog. Maybe.
Yeah, see, there's a little there's more play up here, more space, less.
Basically, that's why I put the Pan Am's on the Bulldog. I think Bulldog fits a little better. Cars that I want to ride low, I use the Super 7 with the low rider plate. Depends on the application. You determine which chassis they get. I made a video on that too. But so let's get the train part going. It's hard with studying and my manager messed up my schedule. So. Which is one of the reasons why I'm studying this cloud computer stuff. I'm trying to work from home so I can have more me time to do what I want. Put more time into the layout. Run my trains and stuff. It was cool when we were driving 2 days, working on campus 2 days and work from home 3 days. I was cool with that. Now we got this stupid project. We gotta work on campus 4 days, like sucking up all my time, sitting in traffic and all that. So I am not the happy camper. What I learned when I was working from home, especially when scam-demic beer bug of unknown origin, we were working from home, and that's what the thought hit me. That's like number one, getting a raise because you're not spending money on gas. 2, you have more me time to do stuff that you want to. I'm not sitting on the highway. And I realized how much of my life I'm giving up sitting on the highway. It's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to move into another area. I really don't want to sit on the highways every day. This is a miserable field. I don't want to play with toys, man. So I'm gonna do a couple more videos. I'm gonna do next week. I'm gonna do 4 more Pan Am cars, and that's with the Chaparral, Shadow, Ferrari. There's another 917 Jägermeister. And we've got the little cars from Tyco. Forgot about that one. We gotta change the chassis on that. Anyways, guys, gonna wrap this one up. Haven't already? Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, share this bad boy out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.